Alright, so
that
I
kind of
beat all
stuff
them.
breaks my experience of the game.
Pokemon
Pokemon Coliseum on GameCube was also the same way. It's a very similar style. Like, yes, you're playing, but it's not that good. It's fun and there's a story, but it's not that good.
There's a story in Coliseum?
Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting.
I don't think I ever played Coliseum. I played Stadium, the first Stadium, like a lot.
Stadium, I could never really get into. As I've gotten older, and kids don't notice this, but like as I've gotten older, there's a good like 4-second lag in between most of your input decisions on a lot of games.
There is.
And I just think I sit there and I'm just like, I hate my life. That's why I've been replaying all the Pokemon and Mega Man games on GBA for iOS because it's got fast forward mode. And I'm not really. My game file says I played for 70 hours, and I really put in like 35.
Yeah,
which is great.
No, definitely Nintendo specifically has a lot of games where it's like just kind of delayed a little bit.
Yeah,
not like the main games, like Zelda and Mario, not so much, but some of the lesser games, like, I guess.
In Pokemon, I sit there and I think about how it's like every round I click attack, and then I select my move. And then it'll say the attack, then it'll play the animation, which I can turn off, and then it'll flash the other sprite, and then it's just, I count the seconds, and there's a good, like, 10 seconds every round. In fact, here's a good example. So they made it so hard to catch Kyogre or Groudon in Pokemon Emerald that they recommend you come in with 30 Ultra Balls.
See, that seems ridiculous to me.
And they gave both of them the power of Rest, and there's 70 levels total. And understanding how Pokemon catching works, I saved a state right before I threw a Pokeball, and then I reloaded that state 45 times. And here's actually a good story, and I kicked myself for this. This never happened, ever. Like, I've caught one shiny Pokemon, and I've gotten lucky in the game a couple other times. Here's a good example of getting lucky when I should not have. So I go to the weather control area, and I get the guy's like, oh, there's a bunch of rain over in these islands. So I go over to the islands, but I didn't have my HM boat with me, which I used Azumarill in that game. So I didn't have dive. So I was like, whatever. I'll check to see if Kyogre is actually here or the game's tricking me, or however you say that name. And so I teach dive to my Swampert and take away, like, I don't know, Earthquake or something. That was a TM. Mm-hmm. I walk in. I'm not making this up. You have to believe me. I walk in. I go to Kyogre. I was like, alright, cool. He's level 70. I'm going to get wrecked. I should probably go train a little bit. But for fun, I throw an Ultra Ball, catch him on the first try. No damage, no nothing. Caught Kyogre first try.
Because
I'm telling
why not?
you. And I just sat there. I was like, alright, I'm doomed. Like, I couldn't save that playthrough because I was like, I don't want to, go back and have to find a TM for Earthquake again. So I reloaded the state, got Azumarill, came back, and I spent the next 2 hours throwing the Ultra Balls over and over and over and over again.
Oh, man.
And eventually I got him for sure, but like...
It's such a numbers game.
It's ridiculous. And that, again, that's artificial difficulty. Because any Pokemon player is gonna catch Kyogre no matter what. It's just like, if I spend a minute on it and you spend a couple hours, that's stupid. It's the same.
It's just because.
It's the same end result.
Yeah.
It's like, give me 3 Master Balls, just let me do this. You wanted a carrot? Oh, okay.
Powerful fruit.
Oh, yeah?
That's what they say.
So, who's he eat it with? What if you eat the whole thing?
By yourself. Your destiny becomes intertwined with yourself.
He throws it away. He's like, nah.
It's weird how much focus they give to that thing. Like, it's not a ton of focus, but they give that scene there, and then it comes up again later, and it's like they have a tree right there growing them. Yeah. It's like, it's not special. I think they race for it in the next day or whatever. Like, you have to race Riku for a Power Fruit to share it with Kairi. And it's like, we could both do it. There's like 10 of them right there.
Yeah. I was watching...
I'm back in Disney Castle.
When are you back in Disney Castle?
Sorry, first time. First time in Disney Castle.
Okay.
I'm back in Disney Castle because I played this game like 10 times.
Normal-sized feet? Check. Crazy-sized door? Why not? I was watching Star Trek Into Darkness last night at 2 a.m. And you taught me oh my god, what a joke. And you taught me a lot about filmmaking over the years, and I was sitting there and I was watching, and there were certain scenes where I was like, why did they do this scene? Like, it's so much effort for not that much payoff. Like, if you watch Star Trek Into Darkness, they teleport back into the Enterprise, and Simon Peck, I think is...
Simon Peck.
Yeah, he ends up in a boiler, basically.
Scotty, yeah.
And he has to flow through all the different things. And, like, that scene must have taken so much work to put together for the fact that he's now on the ship. Like, that's the end result. And I just don't understand how, like, filmmakers can be like, yeah, it's a cool scene, might as well.
Yeah, it's worth spending a couple $1 million to get this.
That's what I'm saying. There's a couple times where I was watching it where I was like,
But I mean, that's
what
just...
What the hell?
That's such a small thing.
Those shoes look like blades.
Yep. Goofy's your guy. He fights with shields. That's his weapon.
Yeah.
He's a shield fighter.
Goofy's chill, man.
He is super chill.
Donald Duck is like always... What an asshole!
Yep, you just cast thunder on him. Because he won't let go. What a dick. But no, that's so common though. Like, a couple months ago, we were talking... I guess a couple months ago. It might have been a year ago now in film school. We were talking about Seven. We were studying kind of Seven for a lecture. And, like, there's so much detail in each of the crime scenes in Seven that you will never, ever see by watching the movie. Like, ever. For instance, there are bookcases of notebooks that John Doe was supposed to have written in the movie. They're all filled out and written handwritten by set dressers and stuff. It's ridiculous. It's like nobody...
Are the executive producers
like
aware
obviously
of this?
yeah, they all know. And it's like obviously we can't see through those notebooks, and there might be one scene when Brad Pitt or Morgan Freeman opens it to one page. But no, they wrote on every page in all those notebooks, and it's why?
So, I read an interview one time after I finished Scrubs, where I think the showrunners were talking about the final season and how it was a reboot without being a reboot.
I did not pay attention to what I was supposed to do.
Lol. You know this game, don't you?
I do.
A bunch of trees. So they're talking about the reboot without being a reboot, and they were like, listen.
Are they talking about Scrubs Season 9?
Yeah, they're like, listen, screw Legacy. Like, we're in a down economy, and we have the opportunity to continue on a show and keep people at work and give them jobs. And so that's the kind of thing where I'm like, is that the motivation for extra scenes or, like, work like that? Like, listen, it's giving somebody something to do and a paycheck.
I could definitely see that being part. Do I need 2 coconuts or 3 coconuts?
I just said 2.
I think it is.
Wait, we're still doing that quest?
Yeah, there's 2 days of quests.
Why did we skip to a cutscene and we haven't even talked to the girl and gave her all the crap she wants?
No, I did. You were talking during that.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that could be
every
part
game.
of
I
the
would always walk
as
far out as I could to see if I could drown.
Yeah, you can't drown in this game. You stop like not far.
Glub, glub, glub. Half-Life 2, death by parasites.
Well,
Halo 2,
you go a lot farther
just
than I
drown.
thought. There you go. That's how far you go.
Well, that's pretty good.
More than you should ever need to go.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing out there. What's the fish? There's the fish.
So you said that what a pain in the ass. That was the equivalent of what? Like, 1 inch by 1 inch on the screen? How am I supposed to find those things without knowing that they're there?
Yeah.
Maybe the fish is in the waterfall. How do I know? Arbitrary time wasting.
Do I have to go in here yet? I probably don't. So I'll just
anyway, I wanted to pick your brain about Spider-Man being in the Marvel Cinematic Universe now.
Yes! Okay.
Because I couldn't care less.
You couldn't care less? That's insane. And you're like a nerd too, so like you should really care and you don't. That's crazy. I'm curious what other people think. Not so much about it working. I already knew that was going to happen. Like, I'm very invested in the film industry and stuff, so I knew Sony was hurting. I knew they would be looking for a way to kind of step back of their Spider-Man like manic that they did, where they had like 10 movies planned for the Spider-Man franchise, which was ridiculous. Yeah, that's all done, I think.
Oh,
Andrew Garfield's out.
Oh, what?
The Amazing Spider-Man franchise is over.
What?
They're recasting Spider-Man for the Marvel movie.
I'm so confused. I did not know any of that.
Yes. That's the thing. Andrew Garfield's done. His Spider-Man reign was cut short, which I hate. I love Andrew Garfield. I thought he was great.
I thought he was amazing.
He was fantastic. He was the best Spider-Man we've seen.
Did he want to leave, or did they want him to leave?
Marvel's starting from scratch. Marvel's uprooting. Which I understand. I totally understand it. And one of the things one of the first thing I thought when they announced this was happening was, okay, well, they're going to recast Spider-Man. I know that. They better not make it Peter. It needs to be Miles Morales, and God willing, it will be Donald Glover playing him.
Bullshit. That'd be amazing.
Donald Glover would be he's a little old, but they can mess with Miles' age and stuff in that verse. It's fine. And I don't want to see another Peter. Like, we've seen Peter's origin story in 2 movie franchises and countless TV shows, like animated shows. There was a live-action show back in the day. Like, we've seen it over and over again. Like,
I can say that I honestly don't know who Miles Morales is, or whatever you said.
He is the not the current Spider-Man, because Peter's back again. But
the New 52.
Peter... No, that's DC. DC is New 52. Oops. Oh god. What do we want to name the raft?
Did they just make that name up?
That's the default name, yeah. How do I do race? Circle.
Do Morales.
Morales.
It's Spanish for morals.
Is it? Morales.
With a Z.
With a Z. Yes. Oh, shit. Morales. Okay, so, yeah, Miles Morales is, he was the Spider-Man that took over after Peter got killed a couple years ago.